How's it going, ladies and gents? My name is Shadow. Today, to complete the two-part series in this review for the Ronin T10, I'm going to test the precision and the consistency of the rifle, as well as we'll take a look at the kinetic feedback system while we're performing those tests on the rifle. Now, to not stall this video, let us begin. So, okay, now that we're out here in the testing area, I will be using the T10 with no adjustments done to the sights as well as a hop. Both are within the same adjustments that came out of the box from the factory. I will be using the MS-120 magazine that it came with, as well as I'll be using a battery from the company Titan. It's an 11.1 volt LiPo battery, so that way there's a consistent power source in it. With that as well, I will be choosing two distances in which I will be shooting from. One will be 30 feet and the other one will be 50 feet. I chose those two distances because they're usually about the range in which I am engaging other individuals, and probably some of you, it's the distance in which you engage other people unless you're doing close quarters. With that, before we start, don't always remember to use your proper PPE when you're testing these types of tools or rifles, no matter the distance that you're doing it with. So you avoid losing an eye and then having to do a cosplay of Capital for the rest of your life. So other than that, let us begin. So we'll do 3 shots at a distance of 30 feet away. And then we'll go over to the target and check exactly what the first round of shots are. Let's go check. Okay, so now that we did that first round of shots at 30 feet distance, we can see that our shots are right here, right here, right here. I was aiming center mass on the target, and we can see it's in the bottom right quadrant of it. Now that we saw that first round of shots, let's take a look at the what would be counting the second round to check that that grouping, as well as the consistently primarily of the rifle. So let us go do round 2. Round 2, 3 shots, center mass. Okay, now taking into account we're doing this in a standing position, which is a position that most players play at, but what I noticed is that we have our second shot here, another, and another here. So this is our second round of shots within the same quadrant area, very close outside of it, but that's our second round of shots that further pushes more the consistency of the rifle as well as the grouping. The distance is not enough to where it will affect the BB itself, to where the BB will start having a downward or arching downward, but we can see that at least it's within the same area. Now let's do one final round of 3 shots to solidify this grouping, and so we can confirm the consistency of the rifle at this distance. So let's go do round 3. Round 3, 3 rounds, center mass. So, third round of shots. You can see that one hit right on the edge and actually fell behind the target. Right on the edge. That's one. This is two. This is three. So our third round of shots still ended within a reasonable area. Now again, I had these shots done in a standing position, so there's not going to be a stable position fully, but from what I can tell is that at least at 30 feet distance, the rifle has a pretty good consistency, almost 100% in means of the area that it impacts, and in means of grouping, it's not that great depending upon also the user. Now, like I said, this can be ironed out by actually making adjustments to the actual hop-up as well as the sights themselves, and probably even doing some upgrades to the barrel itself and the spring and so on and so forth. But just out of the box itself, I believe that at 30 feet distance, the rifle performs pretty darn well. So now that we've seen what it can do at 30 feet of distance, now we'll do 50 feet of distance and we'll see how it'll go. So we'll begin 50 feet distance, center mass, 3 shots, first round. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so as you can see, compared to the 30 feet distance, when it comes to 50 feet, the first round of shots hit right here, and right here. So of course the grouping area is going to be a lot larger, at least when it comes to all that. Just making sure there's no other hits. At least when it comes to that, you can notice that once you reach a distance of 50 feet, at least out of the box with the components it has in the rifle, there starts to be sort of a downward dip into it. Now, it could be that, it could be just my aim, doing it in a standing position, but we'll see, we'll confirm whether or not these first round of shots are within that area, and if they are, then that kind of confirms that there's starting to be this arch effect within the rifle in the center mass. With that, again, that can be fixed by lifting the sights up and or lifting the hop up so that there's a higher, arch when it comes to the actual BBs themselves. So let's do round 2 and see where they hit, and then from there we'll go off and do round 3 and to close off the video. Okay. Round 2, 3 shots, center mass. Okie dokie, so we can check the round 2 of shots. So round 2 of shots, we have one hit here, one hit here, another one hit here. 2 on that. So with that, again, we can see it happening within the same area, about this almost same spacing when it comes to the grouping itself, but we can see again the shots are a lot lower, of course, because again that distance of it. There's not much to say about this hit other than probably this hit right here was more user related towards me. Other than that, let's do round 3 and then to close this off. Okie dokie. So let us see. So within this third round, got one there, two, and three. Now, as you can see, this pretty much closes off and means of consistency when it comes to the rifle itself. So at least when it comes to the consistency and the same area that the shots are being fired at a static position, standing, just using the sights out of the box how they came, it seems to be pretty solid, to be honest with you. Other than some user related issues with the sway and everything, the consistency, at least of the gripping, is precise with the KWA T10. Now, the actual precision of it, that comes into account once individuals decide to adjust adjust the elevation and the windage on the sights, or whichever type of sight that they're using, as well as the hop-up itself. But out of the box, KWA T10, and means of grouping and consistency, I'll give it a good solid 10 at least from both those distances, other than the user related. Again, I have nothing bad to say, at least when it comes to testing in that area in means of the rifle. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed and liked the whole process and means of testing. Let me know what else you guys would like to know and see in the comments down below. Don't forget to leave a like and as well as subscribe. That helps me out and inspires me to try to put out a little bit more content that's a little bit more technical, other than, you know, other like channels themselves. But other than that, I'll leave you guys with some footage that I recorded from a game that I played this last weekend with the T10. And other than that, guys, I'll let you go and see you until next time.